Sonic, can you give us a quick update on the detail?
Yeah, the update is those things are pretty bad. Here, if you guys want to come and follow me. What's up, guys? This is Alan with Platinum Auto Detail. Today we are in Acton, California. This is normally not where we service. We normally service Santa Clarita, but we had to make an exception for this full interior. We're working on a full interior detail on this Honda Civic, shampooing the seats, steam cleaning, spot cleaning, cleaning all the plastics, getting them nice and protected. And you guys are going to follow along for the rest of the video. Check us out on Instagram at @PlatinumAutoDetail_.
So Alan, we're just doing interior detail, you said?
Yes, sir. Full interior detail right now.
Full interior?
So no exterior.
No exterior.
Which is nice because we can focus on one entire aspect of the car together.
Do you usually work like in tandem with your employee, or?
Yeah. I mean, usually he's doing something while I'm doing something else.
Yeah.
And it kind of just works out to the point where whenever he's done with whatever he's assigned to do, I'm wrapping up whatever I'm assigned to do, and we kind of just meet together at the end, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So just being efficient.
Hey Alan, so how much does this full interior detail run?
I kind of underquoted a little bit on accident, but well, this was $225 just for the full interior, but I didn't know he lived like 30 minutes outside of where we normally service. Yeah. That's my mistake. Most of the customers that DM me, they know we're in Santa Clarita, which is like one city, but I think he wasn't aware of that, nor do I make it like apparent when I DM him, but I probably did charge like maybe $20 more just to come out, just the gas and the time. Yeah, it's not that far, but yeah, $225 for the full interior.
Yeah. And then for this car, did you see any like upsell opportunities, like to wash the outside or anything? Because it looks kind of dirty. Yeah,
it's pretty dirty on the outside. To be honest, upselling is like, I only do it when it like really like needs it. Like, I know a lot of people love to upsell like consistently, like almost every job. I don't know, it's not really more my thing. Personally, I don't like to upsell unless it actually needs it. Like if a car actually needs a leather treatment, I'll tell the customer, hey, you know, this leather is kind of dry, it's a little brittle. Would you want to do a leather treatment? If not, totally all good, no worries, just thought I'd ask. And I try to make it seem like it's more of in their benefit, which it is. Yeah. But I hate to come off very like salesman, like hey, like your leather is like trash when it's really not. You know what I mean? Because then it looks like I'm just all about the money, which we're not. But yeah.
So how long should this interior take?
To be honest, it's really not that bad. He sent me some pictures. I always get pictures before we do like a detail, either a full or an interior detail. I always ask for pictures because I don't want to overquote or underquote. But this one should probably take, I don't know, 2 hours between two guys. We're like 35-40 minutes in now. It's really not as bad. It's just the seats that really need to be cleaned. Based off the pictures, like I knew the seats really need to be shampooed pretty well. But other than that, I mean, plastic on the interior is like a little dirty, but nothing that, you know, our interior cleaner can't clean up. But I've seen way worse.
So when you say you quote from pictures, have you ever had anyone send a picture that was worse when you got there? Like when you saw it in person, it was worse than the picture?
Maybe in my early days. Yeah. Not recently because, again, I don't like to upsell unless it's needed. I don't think that's an upsell. Like if I get there and it's not really like how the pictures look like, that just means the guy maybe drove it more than whatever. So if I get there, this has happened a couple times in the last like year. Like I get there and it's a little bit dirtier than normal, or there's like pet hair that I couldn't see in the pictures. I'll just tell him, hey, you know, like based off the pictures, it was this price, but I see a little bit of pet hair, yada yada yada. Yeah. It's gonna be X amount more, and I only charge like what it actually, like the amount of time it takes me and the amount of product we use.
Oh.
Yeah, if it's only going to take me 5 minutes, I'm not going to charge them $100 extra. You know, it's very obvious that I'm just trying to pocket that at that point. So yeah.
Cool. So Adam, do you have like certain steps that you do? Like you guys are obviously like vacuuming first, and then the plastics. What comes after?
So right now we're just gonna do like what we call like a QC check, it's just quality control check. So before we move on to anything else, like he just finished vacuuming. So what he knows to do now is he's gonna double check all the spots that he vacuumed to make sure it's clean. We always do a final vacuum at the end, but it wastes time if he has to come back right away with the vacuum, pull it out because he put it away early. So we just do a quick, again, what we call QC check, just to make sure everything's clean before we move on to the next step. So that way at the end we don't have to come back again. But now that he's vacuumed, if everything's all good, I'm just finishing up cleaning these plastics. And then we'll start shampooing the seats. We'll start extracting them. And then, again, we'll check all the little details again under the seat rails and stuff. And then we'll just start to apply our protectant on the plastics, try to dry the seats as much as we can, and we'll call it a day.
So then for your products, do you use any specific brand, or you don't care about the brand? Or?
Well, first of all, everybody, like if you've seen the other videos we've done, brands literally don't matter. Please stop wasting so much money on brands. I've seen like, I mean, I guess it all depends on who your target customer is. Like there's like high-end customers who, certain high-end customers, like they want you to use Geon, G-Technic, all that stuff. But there's customers who, like this customer, I can almost guarantee you does not know, nor do they care what products I'm using. They just have a problem, and the problem is that their interior is dirty. We're here to solve that problem. So we use what actually works for us so far. In the beginning stages, I get it. You know, you want to find the best products because you think that's going to give you the best result. But if you're using a degreaser from G-Technic and you don't dilute it properly because you don't have the experience, you're going to stain the plastic. Versus if I use a general brand degreaser, you know, and I know how to dilute it properly, I'm getting virtually the same result. It all depends on who you're trying to target. But if you don't need to be spending hundreds of dollars a week on high-end products, please don't. You know, focus on you know, getting the job done right. But we use like a mixture of Shine Supply. We bought some Coach Chemi stuff, and it's good. Like there's some really good stuff from them that we do carry at all times. Like Polestar, this is Polestar from Coach Chemi. But Shine Supply, a little bit of Coach Chemi, like maybe 2 products from Coach Chemi, and those last us a long time. And then there's just a local store. It's just like a general brand. It's called SCV Detailing Store. They provide a lot of good products too at decent prices. So yeah, it kind of just depends on whatever works, we use it. It doesn't matter if it's Walmart or whatever it is. No chemical guys though.
No chemical. How long do you let the carpet cleaner sit on the fabric?
Well, these seats are kind of like in direct sunlight. Those that are in the shade, usually like 3 to 4 minutes. Usually what I'll do is I'll go around, spray the carpet cleaner or fabric cleaner on the seats, and then come back. By the time that it's been like 4 or 5 minutes, and then I'll agitate them, and then I'll just start on the extractor right away because I don't want the chemical to dry, especially because these are like in direct sunlight. So I don't want to create more stains, basically. Very cool. Let's see how much.
These stains are pretty set in there.
Yes, they are.
So what do you do when these kind of stains pop up?
Ooh, look at that. That's after like 2 passes. Well, for starters, I told the customer after he sent me pictures, based off our experience with certain stains, I can never guarantee every stain's gonna come out. But so it's important you set the expectations realistic. I'm not gonna tell him your interior is gonna be brand new. I'm not trying to over promise, under deliver. I'm trying to do the opposite. So I told him, you know, some of those stains look pretty soiled. I'm not sure how much of it will get out. It won't be perfect. We'll definitely improve it. So it's just peace of mind for me. Obviously, I'm trying to do the best job I can. I just don't want to get these seats too wet because that's when you start to have the stains come back up. Look at that. That's after 2 passes already. I'll probably do one more pass because the seats are starting to get pretty wet.
Yeah.
But if that doesn't come out, I'll try little other products. But again, he's not expecting perfect to begin with.
Okay. Cool. Sonic, can you give us a quick update on the detail?
Yeah, the update is those things are pretty bad. Here, if you guys want to come and follow me and look at the lovely stains I'm dealing with right now. We try to introduce like as least water as possible, but there's still, I mean, it looks better. It's kind of hard to tell until it fully dries, but you can still see a little bit of the outline here. We're trying to get it as dry as possible, obviously for the best result for the customer, but the update is it's not going to be perfect, that's for sure. But the good thing is we already informed the customer that it's not going to be perfect. And unfortunately, it's not going to be perfect.
Yeah.
So we're trying our best. We're trying the steamer, the hot water extractor. My last resort right now is to use a chemical that's a little bit stronger to try to get into those deep stains. But if that doesn't work out, we're just going to have to leave it as is because again, the more we get it wet, the easier it is for the foam under the seat to get wet, and it's going to come back up. It's just going to be counterproductive.
Yeah. So the steamer, that helps bring out the stain too?
Yeah, like sometimes what I've learned is like sometimes the stains, whatever it is, if it's like a sticky liquid, it gets like hard, it gets like brittle. So no matter how much you drill brush it or extract it, it's brittle, it's hard, it's like it's a solid. So the steamer sometimes helps loosen it up to just kind of like help the fibers just lift up some of the stains.
Yeah.
And then we just extract it and then dry it as best as we can with the towel. So that's what we're trying right now. To be honest, like we've never really had a time where we were like very unhappy with how the seats came out.
Yeah.
I'm not too happy with how the seats came out right now, to be honest. It's better for sure. So it's not like I'm embarrassed to give it like to the customer like this, but yeah, just gonna keep going at it. Hopefully we can leave the customer satisfied at least.
Yeah. So you think these stains have been here for a while? Because
100%.
The ones in the back seat,
you saw those. You guys will see those stains. That extractor was pulling out like orange, dark brown liquid. I'm not gonna say what I think it is, but yeah, they've been there for a while. I mean, these are tan seats. Like any tan seats, just, you know, they stain super easily. Yeah. So I definitely think they've been there for a while. So they've probably soiled into the fabric, which is why it's so hard to take it out. Usually, if it's a stain that was like just introduced, it's a little bit easier. But it's definitely been there for a while for sure.
So yeah, do you have any tips for any customers that might have some stains that recently got on? Like book you right away, or?
Yeah, that, or like sometimes I always tell my customers, if you ever have, like, let's say sometimes customers' cars are clean, but they, like you just said, they just spilled something, and like they might not necessarily want to book me for a full interior detail if it's just that one stain. So I always tell my customers, send me a message, you know, I'll give you like a quick tip or a quick product that you can buy at the store, and hopefully you can just clean it up. If not, some customers are just like, I don't care, like I need you to come anyway, so it kind of works out that way. But tips wise, always have a microfiber cloth in your car, because if it just spilled, you can at least reduce how much it soils by just like quickly, you know, cleaning it up. But I've told a lot of my customers to keep towels in their cars, and I see like a lot of them actually listen, and they'll be in the trunk or the glove box, or I'll leave, for some of the good customers, I just leave a bunch of them, so they can just wipe off quickly, whatever makes it easier for me.
You guys are done with the with the detail?
Yeah. Well, we're just gonna apply some of the plastic protectant now. He's gonna do the final vacuum, because when you're getting in and out of the car, obviously you probably kicking some debris in and stuff. But yeah, we're pretty much done. Honestly, it came out better than I was thinking it was going. I'm sure the customer will be satisfied, because again, we didn't promise perfection. But yeah, just gonna apply the plastic protectant, gonna triple check everything, call it a day, and then move on to the next appointment. Cool. Yeah. There you go, guys. There you have it. We just finished the full interior detail on this Honda Civic. Unfortunately, the seats were pretty stained. It's been a while since we worked on seats that were that soiled. So I want to know, what would your guys' process be? What we did was, of course, we fully vacuumed it. We pre-treated with a carpet cleaner. We came with some steam to lift up the stains, extracted it multiple times, agitated multiple times. It came out a lot better. I'm sure the customer will be satisfied, but it's not up to me, it's up to the customer. So we'll find out what they think. But I want to know, what do you guys do? What's your process? And what do you think we could be doing better? Please don't write me any tickets for the detail police on there. That's going to be saying whatever they say. But yeah, I want to know, what would you guys do in this situation? Again, like we mentioned in the beginning, we told the customer it's not going to be perfect. Unfortunately, it's not perfect, but it's the name of the game. So we'll see how it plays out with the customer. And if you want to check us out on Instagram, we're at @PlatinumAutoDetail_. That's where we post all of our work, and you'll see some of the stuff we've done in the past.